Hello everybody and welcome to the first King of the Hill game in week 7 of this season 2. And today, fighting for his 3rd game, potentially, as King, it is Classy Dave playing as OKW.
And in the north, the Master of Chaos and contender to not only the King of the Hill crown, but #1 tournament North America player crown, which doesn't roll off the tongue, but basically VonIvan and Dave pretty much have a very good stake to be the #1 NA player in Coming Heroes 2 today. Dan, how do you think these guys stack up today?
Pretty even. Dave we've seen a couple of times. The first time we saw Dave, I'm going to be quite frank, I wasn't particularly like, wow. But the couple of games that we saw him play last week, I was really impressed with, and showed a very, very strong player, one that is most likely capable of dealing with VonIvan. The question is, will VonIvan play seriously and at his best?
Yeah, I think he takes things seriously. It's just a lot of players are not always consistent, and VonIvan does suffer with that. Sometimes he's out of this world, incredible to watch. And then sometimes he's not quite that. So it depends which VonIvan we're going to get today. We all know VonIvan's capable of beating any player in the world at his best. Well, let's keep an eye on Dave. He's going straight past the cut-off that VonIvan has not taken. He must be planning something there.
So Von going for the conscript build, he's trying to cap as much of the map and then go to the strategic point to connect everything together. Of course, what that means is that Classy David, making a great decision to go up the center of the map early, now is going to be able to potentially stop VonIvan getting any resources at the start, giving him a great lead on resources for the start of this game. So
this is a big battle now. This is huge. So we want to see who's going to focus down. The Stern Pioneers and the Foot Grenadiers have made it to green cover. Stern Pioneers losing a model there. Conscripts getting around the rear of the cover, potentially making Dave in a difficult position to defend.
Absolutely, but of course, VonIvan doing a very good thing with the conscripts here. He's lining them up on the retreat path of the Stern Pioneers. This is going to be a late retreat, and if those conscripts do stand still and open up with high accuracy fire, they might be able to pick off those last models.
Oh, yes, they got them! What a headshot on retreat, over the fence, past the Foot Grenadier's head, and into the skull of the last remaining Stern Pioneer. What a pick for VonIvan.
Yeah, it's a really nice early game from Dave, but then again, what a late retreat. If you're going to be pushing that far up the map, you've got to be focusing on those units at the front, and that is punishing. That is going to let VonIvan, who's gone for a heavily infantry-based build, storm up the map. He's already got enough map control to lay mines pretty close to the front line, and this is just going to eat away at Dave's manpower right from the start of the game.
And that's just a testament to the balancing. So the far accuracy of conscript in the most recent balance patch went from 0.334 to 0.556, which is nearly to 50% at far accuracy. And that was basically a coin toss there, and it went straight in VonIvan's favour. So congrats to him, and he's got a great pick early, and he's had to rebuild the Stern Pioneers this day for a cost, of course, of 300 manpower.
Yeah, and VonIvan has, of course, seen that he's rebuilt the Stern Pioneers, so he knows that his opponent now is on an uneven footing with him. So VonIvan knows he's going to be having a little bit of a lead in here. He can be a little bit ballsy with his play. Currently building tier 1 at the moment, so I wonder what this is going to be from here.
Could be a sniper. Could be a sniper. Could be an M3. To be honest, now he has nice mine there. More Stern Pioneers dying. Wow, this is such a great start from VonIvan. I think we've had the answer to one of our questions, Dan. We know which VonIvan we're seeing today. It's VonIvan the Merciless.
Absolutely, and he's going to be going for that scout car to contest the Kubel, because of course if you can get that Kubel off of the map, stop the capping from Dave, he's got loads of room to run around with the conscripts. So it's a good decision. He's also picked his commander already. He's gone for guard rifle combined arms.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not the guard motor we so often see, the one with the VonIvan portrait. It obviously gives the IL-2 skill plane later in the game, which everybody knows to be devilishly powerful right now. But interestingly also gives the KV-1, the howitzer, and the PPSHs, which I think makes it a very powerful commander right now. Possibly a #2 for conscripts. For a Soviet, sorry.
So Classy Dave is about to get his first tech up. We do see the scout car has found the Kubel. Kubel isn't going to be able to get away from this. Scout car should make easy work of that armor. And now this is going to be the dominant mobile unit on the field. May even consider carrying a squad around with it. for
maybe
capping.
The good thing about it as well is because of the 300 manpower loss early on, is Fausts have been delayed significantly, allowing the M3 that little minute extra of uncontested movements, and it's certainly enjoying that right now. We've got Svetka and Svetlana, the sniper scout team, on the field. We're going to be
Oh, I love this. I love this. Look at VonIvan mining just in front of the Kubel, so that if OKW goes to salvage, they will hit that mine on the way. Potentially even blow up the Kubel wreckage.
Faust on the M3. Oh, no, it's not a Faust, it's a Panzerschreck. And that's one dead scout car.
Yeah, that's a really nice pickup. An important pickup as well. And great choice by Dave to go for the Panzerschrecks on the Stern Pioneers, because of course he does need to deal with that armor. Probably doesn't want to be bringing up the Raketten just due to already losing a squad. So an interesting start to this game. I think Dave's playing correctly though. I think he's playing good to get out of a terrible start game. Let's see if he picks the sniper off.
I doubt it. I think, to be honest, he's got a lot of things to worry about now. Not only is he behind in terms of manpower, he's also now against a sniper, which is a great tool for keeping him behind.
I do agree. I've just had a quick look at the kill-death ratio, and Dave, even losing a squad, has managed to even it out.
It is against conscripts, I guess. It's, you know, they're all low priority. You can't... I don't think he's back in the game quite yet, especially now we've got guards. Luke's, though, coming out for Dave, so he's certainly been able to keep his fuel points. That's interesting.
You know, he had a good resource lead at the start of the game. Von seems to be more interested in infantry. I don't think that's a bad idea. He's going to have mobile anti-tank infantry now in the guards coming on. He can pick off any of these squads with the sniper, which is really good, so he's got less to contest with on the infantry front.
If this Luke's finds the sniper, though, it's a very, very finely balanced game as soon as this Luke's comes out, because it could go one of two ways. Either it's found, you know, comes in contention with its first push against the guards, or it comes up against a fleshier target such as the sniper. So that'll be a big deciding point. When the Luke's hits the field, where is it going to hit first?
It might be that he manages to get some shock factor out of it. You see, actually, Von is retreating sniper on the left. But if he does overextend, it might be a good opportunity for Dave to... Oh, mine just goes off. It did blow up the Kubel, so no salvage. Taking 2 models with it as well. So a really good mine placement. I just want to point out from VonIvan, that is really, really good play there.
Also, there was on the cutoff to the north of the base entrance where the Lux is now... a flare went off, a tripwire flare, really cheekily, very close to Dave's base. So all eyes on the Lux now. Which is going to be its target of choice? Where's it going to hit first? Looks like the conscripts have scouted it. There you go.
Yeah, and it revealed itself early. You've got the guards there. They're going to get a couple of shots with the PTRS. Of course, their veterancy is going to be rising high when they take these shots as well. So Lux doesn't want to stick around for too long, because of course it's only making that infantry section stronger. And Classy Dave, I think he may need to consider a machine gun if he's going to be preventing this much infantry from coming in.
Just great play by VonIvan. Now he's got PPSHs and the guards. Just look at them, still maybe even hit the Lux again there, but they've done a lot of damage to it. It's going to be contained within the base whilst the cutoff is now attained. So great play by Von.
It is, yeah, and his conscripts there hit the dirt. They're fighting from the ground now, so really hard to dislodge. VonIvan's happy with the decap. He's going to allow Classy Dave to get some resources back whilst he's decapping the fuel point.
Look at that, he's taking the fuel, yeah, exactly. So that's why he's happy with the decap of the cutoff he just took. He doesn't want to contest because he knows he's taking the fuel. He's got a stranglehold on this game. He's got a T-70 joining the game very shortly. That'll keep him in a position of dominance.
It's one of those things because in terms of the armies on the field right now, he's still got enough to deal with the situation. But it's going to stack against him as time goes on because VonIvan is going to have double fuel. He's going to be able to tech a little bit quicker, possibly bring more out of tier 3 if he wants to be really cutthroat. And Classy Dave is really just fighting out of his territory at the moment. He has no other choice. He can't be aggressive on the map.
Gone for Panzer Fusiliers, the breakthrough doctrine. Should help a lot in getting him field presence once more.
He's about to rock into.
Nice.
This is a low health Volksgrenadier, squad AE. Oh gosh, he's taking down tons of models. He's going to give chase.
Watch him stall the tank, everybody. He's getting that superior accuracy and executes the squad on retreat.
Yeah, a really, really important thing about vehicles, of course, keep hitting the halt button so that you get better accuracy when your tank isn't moving. And VonIvan just using that mechanic perfectly, as you pointed out, AE, to finish that squad off.
For new players, that's H on your keyboard with classic and W on your keyboard with grid keys.
Isn't it S?
I don't know what it is on classic. I assumed it would be
S.
H. I'm sorry. Okay. So stop.
It's S for stop, yeah, not halt.
Oh, fair enough. My pro tip was suddenly made less pro. Rakettenwerfer out on the field for Dave. Should help a lot in keeping the T-70 at bay, but that's exactly what he's doing now. He's keeping the wolf at the door. Because there is a wolf at the door, and it is VonIvan, and he's ready to huff and puff and blow little piggy Dave's house right down.
It is going to be that VonIvan's going to focus that tier 3. Do you remember the game we cast with Love Nest versus Nagano, where he used this exact same strategy, actually, bringing loads out of tier 3 in order to just make a really, really strong...
Was that Love Nest that did that?
It was Love Nest.
Do you know what makes me laugh? Love Nest comes back for like 2 games and sets the meta for Soviets. And like, because that is seemingly possibly one of the most effective ways to play Soviets right now is a complete tier 3 Su-76 based build. A lot of top players are doing it. And the first player I saw use it was Love Nest. So he just comes in, sets the meta, goes back to being in semi-retirement.
Well, it's an interesting though because Love Nest plays offline a lot. Do you know what I mean? I've actually encountered him in Automatch and seen he hasn't been online, and I realised that he is actually practicing strategies and not just kind of playing for skill. He's already got the skill, so
I know
things from him tend to be well thought out, I think.
And something cute happened the other day. So Dev M was playing KotH, and there were like reverberations around the community. Oh, there must be a tournament coming up or something. So I just asked him in Steam. I said to him, you know, oh wow, you're playing KotH. Is there any reason? Yeah, I wanted to play an RTS for a bit. It's quite cute, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, bless him. Oh. There is no.
As long as you're in bed by 11 PM, Dev M. Bless. Alright, so let's just have a little bit of chat there. So I really like, we just saw Dave. He didn't contest the fuel being capped by VonIvan. He decapped the strategic point connecting it so that Von won't benefit from fuel when he does cap it himself. So Dave's still playing a strategically good game, good tactical
This conscript's got a difficult retreat path here because the Sturmgewehrs, oh no they're not. Sorry, I thought everything was manoeuvring for an awesome kill on the retreat, but it didn't happen. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, not at all. I actually think you point out something that's interesting going on. Dave has opportunities where he could kind of close the gap, and he's more focused on getting these VPs right now because he's been triple capped for a while. So instead of squad wiping, it's really, really just the desperation for the VPs.
VonIvan do the wise thing there. They just moved onto the Su-76 straight away, stay within the capping circle, just close enough to possibly threaten a Faust. And that's a big...
By the way.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, there it goes. Oh, great Faust from the Volksgrenadiers to finish that off. You don't see that combination. That is an absolute wombo combo. Faust, Raketten, and Raketten.
Yes, indeed. That was like, you really don't want to enter into that party as a light tank.
Do you know what though? That is really great play from the back foot because we're having to see Dave use all sorts of tricks right now to get back in this after a horrendous start. He's wiped the engineers as well.
Yep.
This is good play.
To be honest, he could wombo combo that building if he wanted to. If he turned all of his Shrek, his Raketten, and the Panzer on it at the same time, he could possibly do something about it. That's another good tip, by the way. If you've ever got loads of things that you think can kill a building, just position them just behind a hedgerow and shoot at the building at once. And you can often just get a squad wipe that way. PPSH action, they hit the dirt. They're pretty much uncontestable now. Panzer Fusilier pushed away.
Von's got some great positioning with the Su-76. The Lux is trying to get a line where it can hit the sniper, but Von has got just a really good position with with vision from the sniper to just constantly harass it. But look at these Volks
Well, they've jumped in the building, yeah. They literally ran through fire and flame to try and attack that sniper. And the Raketenwerfer takes a shot at the SU-76. I thought it was going to attack around the sniper for a bit.
Honestly, I thought we'd see the Luke spring into action, but it didn't happen there.
No, it's not wise though, because there could be mines all over that patch.
Let's have a quick look what's going on at the moment. So they're still pretty even in terms of kills and deaths right now. A lot of capping has gone on this game so far. A lot of, Von is clearly trying to just stop Dave from teching as much as possible by constantly harassing resources. And
if it's even, well, it's actually Von slightly ahead. That means he's got a decisive manpower lead, because obviously every Stern Pioneer, and every VonIvan Grenadier model is worth more than a conscript, etc. So Von's clearly got a bit of a manpower lead. But we're now trying to see where he goes from here. So he's building his mechanized armor company as we speak.
I like that, to be honest. I like he's got himself a decent tier 3, realizes he's got an advantage. I think he knows from Classy Dave's commander choice he's going to have to tech tier 4. Don't think it's entirely likely we'll see the Jagdtiger. By the way, SU-76 went down there to Raketen in the north.
Oh, nice.
So really nice pickup from Dave.
That could help Dave get back in the game. And the thing with VonIvan is he's allowed Dave to cap the victory points. And we all know about KotH's comeback mechanics inherent to the game. You get less upkeep and more manpower income when you've suffered losses. So it helps you get back in. So if you leave it and you go on the back foot a little bit, your opponent can come back. And, oh, the sniper's been found out. Oh, there's a mine waiting for it. Will the Lukes dodge the mine? It's very close. Very close indeed. Bit of game sense coming in there for Dave. He didn't want to pursue, and he was right not to do that.
Anti-tank has gone on. There's nothing to finish up with this, though. I think Dave realizes that.
We've got the Sturmovix coming down. That's one thing that can certainly help. If he keeps the line of sight right now. If 40 seconds, I haven't heard those huge Illusion 2 cannons firing quite yet. I wonder why that is.
Look at them menacing. Circling the battlefield, looking for their... well, they shot in the first run. They went on the strategic point just outside his base on the first round. Didn't get a kill, though.
I would have assumed he would have tried to get the Lukes with that, because he... Anti-tank grenade. It must have just been a bit unlucky with the radius of the Sturmovix.
Yeah, it's an interesting. I guess it's one of those things to press it there. It kind of keeps Dave from coming back onto the map whilst VonIvan's pulled his forces back to reinforce. And Dave is, even though Dave, I would say he's put himself in a position. He's got a considerable lead in terms of what he's now wiped against VonIvan. I think that will actually show. Actually, it doesn't. VonIvan's still ahead. But it's really like Dave hasn't managed to win these engagements, and he's just suffering in map control. He's now spreading out. He's going to be up against the T-34, which is going to be even harder, I think.
That's only the 76 variant, so it'll be good at the skirmishes around the side. He definitely needs another Raketen now. You'll notice that we've got two MG34s, great stalling tactics from Dave, which is going to be allowing him to possibly push onto these victory points and keep them for a little while longer, again keeping him in the game on his lower victory point count. Nice Uror in from the conscripts, does get suppressed however, and that's
he won that though. He forced the Raketen away, which is exactly what he wanted for that T-34 to get into action. So I think I still got the achieved goal there.
Saying like the T-34 hasn't sprung into action quite yet. I was cast as curse. I was like, oh really? Is it flanking? No, no.
Ideally, that situation.
Oh wow, that was a big shot against the MG34. Nice guards grenade does no damage to the Stern Pioneers. That's a bit unlucky.
It is, yeah, and now Dave knows that the T-34 is on the right-hand side of the map. Lukes is... Oh, I think he's aiming for the sniper. Has he found the target finally? He's got a little bit of maneuvering to do. The sniper will retreat.
Oh, nice quick action by VonIvan. Very, very quick reaction times. Certainly got a better connection to server than I sometimes have. It's very good.
that Raketin dangerously close to going down. What was it doing? That extended without any backup. Signs of Dave maybe weakening 20 minutes into the game.
Just want to point out 2 bulletins that each of the players have today. That's quite helpful. VonIvan has plus 7% on his anti-tank grenade range, which I think is a really useful one. And Dave has 7% less on medical supplies from the Stern Pioneer. And I think both of those bulletins help a lot. It's quite tremendous in what they can do in the game.
Can I throw in a perspective?
Okay.
I in some sense think that they don't help in the sense that when you have that engineers one with the 5% less, you kind of know that your OKW player is going to go mechanized regiment.
Yeah, but when don't they? Sometimes,
well,
you know.
Well, you know,
it's the most prevalent. It's the most prevalent, though, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. But it's kind of like, ideally speaking, let's just say, you know, you did really have an effective choice. It's a bit of a giveaway as to what you're going to do. Which is
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. But in most cases, I would agree. But in this case, I think mechanizers like the pick 60% of the time, and everybody always gets AT grenades at some point. Where do you see this game going from here, Dan? It seems we've got T-3476 spam is being engaged. I think that's a pretty decent choice. Oh, snipers in difficult territories. Whoa.
It is. To be honest, I don't see Dave having a good time. He hasn't got the fuel to create a response to 2 T-34s. Even if VonIvan loses a few more infantry engagements, he's winning the vehicle war, and that's really all that counts.
He really is. Talking about vehicle war, that Panzer's in difficult territories because this T-34 has the accuracy of somebody that's drank a lot. He's doing that for show. That was ridiculous.
These rounds, he's still got the turret functioning, so he can still get this.
Oh! Oh, he missed! Oh, he's reversing away. Got no. Yeah, he's dead. He's done for. Mind you, the Shreks could theoretically miss, maybe. He needs to hit them.
Yeah, that was a really good idea by Von, but you play with RNG, do you know what I mean? And he kind of suffered for it, so that T-34 is down, and you know, he's giving Dave another chance. It was not necessary.
Did he used the ram as a power boost, didn't he?
He did,
that was crazy. That was the encapsulation of VonIvan the player.
Yeah. I mean, like, he only got overheat as well. It wasn't, like, damage or anything, do you know what I mean? So I
think you have to collide to get damage, don't you? So he just got the overheat for missing.
He literally just gave himself a speed increase to get the Lukes. Just didn't pay.
There's loads of things you can phase through, by the way, by ramming in inverted commas. You know, if you know you're going to miss, you can phase through so much stuff. And, like, stuff you couldn't usually get through. It's quite interesting. I did a test of it once.
Oh, great grenade there from the Panzer.
That was juicy.
It
was really juicy.
And they're going to force. Now, this whole, hit the dirt ability is, I think Dave is finding it very, very difficult to get close enough to do this. Von has just called in the IL-2 Loiter again. You can see those coming onto the battlefield right now. Deal with the Panzer Fusiliers. Second run through. Oh, it's taking down a lot of models.
Oh, that's bad. Hasn't even quite got line of sight on him. Still, this could actually finish him off on retreat. He was really unlucky. No, he's all right.
So Dave's just hit the 100-point mark. VonIvan's bringing out another T-34. Dave doesn't even have fuel to bring out a vehicle yet, and he's having to work away from his fuel resource point as well. He's actually having to go on the eastern side of the map. Which means he's probably putting himself in a position where he's going to be even longer before he can get these vehicles that he needs on the field. And he's going to need something big. I don't think a Panzer IV is going to be...
No. Oh, God. Pushing the snipers away yet again. Just doing enough to keep them at bay. So far, really isn't enough in general, though. I mean, VonIvan's got a stranglehold in this game that he's never really looked likely to lose. It's just been very clever, masterful play. Other than that T-34 going to ramming speed.
Oh no! T-34 with a massive shot. The AoE on that was huge. And he drops the Shrek. I think the Obersoldaten are going to pick that up, which is... you don't see this every day.
That's a scary squad now. They can do everything.
That is the Schwarzenegger squad.
A Terminator squad, yes, indeed. If they got Vet 5, they'd be a Terminator, definitely. Approach grenadier going down, possibly.
He's down. Dave can't handle any of this at the moment. Obviously, with a Shrek are not going to be able to handle this. I think this is safely VonIvan's game, but it nearly wasn't.
Do you really think? I never thought at 1 second, any second, that it was in danger, to be honest.
No, I
know. Sorry, when he lost those 2 tier 4 tanks, maybe.
I think it could have changed had Dave have made some different decisions.
He was a bit unlucky in some stages as well, Dave. I mean, he had a bit of good fortune with taking those vehicles out, good tactics, but then just had a little bit of bad luck and a few questionable decisions, which has just meant VonIvan has just been in commanding control.
Just managed to pick the sniper off.
Go down.
It's a late retreat.
Oh, the sniper died. Okay.
Yeah, and Von's actually replacing it as well. Clearly sees the value in that. But Dave, no real territories at the moment. VonIvan's actually pushing double munitions as well, which means that IL-2 strafe could be hot on the cards with plus 58. He's going to have that within a minute's time, and will easily be able to keep Dave off of the VPs. Not too hopeful.
No, this Panzer IV, it's not going to really... To be fair, Dan, it could actually get him a little bit back into the game, but in general we do feel at this point VonIvan is a very commanding lead. G34 skulls away behind that mine. It's going to survive. Also darting in a devilish encounter against these conscripts. Throws the bundle, picks off 2 models. Oh, but look at that. Sniper versus Olbers. That's just unfortunate.
I think that's probably the key thing for Von here as well, because he's relying on conscripts. They're not going to match up to, they've got vetted Panzer Fusiliers and the Orbisoldaten. The sniper's great because even just picking off that one model is a high reinforcement cost against, Dave is already struggling to bring fully healed units back onto the field. So picking off with high model reinforcements, squads is a really smart move by VonIvan at this stage of the game.
Yeah, it's exactly what snipers actually do in real life as well. They're always trying to find those high priority targets, kill them, and here we go. Oh my god, I can't believe VonIvan's done it with a true testament to the skill of the player. He has clicked the button.
Nothing has happened. He kept vision on for that. But what they are going to do is they're going to provide engine noise right above the battlefield.
Oh my ears!
Classy Dave needs to be listening to his event queue commands right now.
Oh, it's
the true beauty of the IL-2.
Could you imagine if you had a commander ability that did the gunshot bug noise to your opponent? Like shell shock. Your opponent can no longer hear.
I think Dave was trying to Faust there. The model died and did not need Faust. Here comes the ram again.
Oh, the ramming in! Double ram! Dan, I think you might have just lost your Twitch partnership, showing that disgusting level of ramming live on air.
Well, this is just a distraction. Dave is so focused on that he doesn't have time for the VPs. VonIvan is the new king. Great first game. And Classy Dave, with 2 wins, has lost the throne. All right, a good game 1. Oh, that's really dark on my camera there. I'm going to fix that. A good game 1, and congratulations, VonIvan, who is what's this, VonIvan the 4th?
Probably.
Is it VonIvan the 4th? Is that where we are?
Seems to alternate, doesn't it? I think he's...
It's, yeah. It's, But anyway, Von's been king a lot of times, but he's also been knocked out a couple of times. We haven't seen him with a stable reign. But that was a very, I think... Again, do you know what I mean by like this Von display where it's like he played a good game, but there were moments where you just went, oh, we lost the guards, lost the engineers, lost this. Nevertheless, I absolutely love seeing people that are prepared to play that ballsy with throwing in rams and stuff. So
I think that was BM at the end in a funny way, It's just like him showing off. It's an entertainment value as well. There's like 7,000 people watching, so
that's exactly why we're here. So anyway, let's select our next player. So of course, you guys can ! players and see who we've got available to play today. We've had some new sign-ins. We've got Carl, we've got Brosras, who are new ones on there.
Carl, who's #1 in 4 of the 5 factions as well. So, So there is no time to wait or commiserate. It is time once again to spin the wheel of fate.
All right, here we go. Let's see what it's going to be. I quite like this, I think this is a good addition to the tournament. We were missing a pinwheel.
Everything is better with a pinwheel.
Oh, I think it's going to go to a raffle. Yes, it is. All right, raffle is on, and I'm just going to open up the raffle for everybody right now. So, guys, !raffle. The winner of this will get to pick our next player to play against VonIvan. Okay, interesting. So, what did I just see here, by the way? I think Angel just said Jonathan's mods are all watching. Oh, hello. I think I just saw, actually, the Frozen Hood. Yeah, hey, guys. Hope you're well. Hope your charity stream went well. There we go. Sorry, we're mid-raffle at the moment to select some new players for the next game. We've got to get this going quickly. And Dullison, thank you very much for the bit share as well. We also had a host from Excessive Profanity a minute ago for 120 viewers. Thank you very much, EXP, for always supporting as well. Oh, Jonathan is actually here. Hey, Jonathan. So that's nice. Thank you very much, both of you. We're going to make this raffle very, very quick. So let's get back and do the draw. No.
We need a tombola next to do a natural raffle, Dan. You know what I mean? One of those...
Should we get
rotating an actual pinwheel and an actual tombola? That's for King of the Hill season 3. I'm calling it now. When we have a break from this season, then we have the interim period. We should definitely invest in those assets.
Could do that. All right. Let's. I think it's a good idea.